Hello there! Welcome back to the channel here. Today we're here on Theed, which is a map that Hunter here has made. And the idea being that sort of the centre of the map's kind of like a sort of a labyrinth maze of like streets, and then you got the buildings and stuff. And they're not like Gaia or explodable buildings or anything like capturable ones, they're just, art. But I imagine that you can't like walk through them, so it's kind of a cool concept, and the idea being there's some sort of resources in the centre and that for the players to sort of fight over. And I guess the aesthetic's meant to be like fighting, like in the streets of a city. It's quite cool, and kind of a hard one to get right, I would think, on an old game like this. So, getting into the teams and stuff here, we have, blah blah blah, we've got John here in the green in the New Republic, and then on his team we've got Lucky Ashman in the yellow Zan Consortium, Hero in the grey Rebels, and in the orange Naboo we've got RVA here. And on the other side of things we'll go to Hunter here in the blue with the Black Sun, Russian in the red with the Republic, Arnie here in the teal or cyan Imperial Remnants, and lastly, big old attack or die here in the purple with the Wookiees. So what's kind of the fiddly out of this? Like the players sort of spawn in these little sort of clearings just on the outskirts of the city, and pretty much all the carbon's sort of been shifted around the edges of the map, so that you can sort of build your economy sort of backwards into that. You've got safe sort of carbon access, and then if you want to grab up these extra resources, so if it's easier to look on the mini map here, and you can see the little patches of ore, which is probably going to be one of the most valuable ones to acquire. And patches of Nova, and the holocrons seem to spawn as well just in the centre there. They've got a bit of a sort of a left-hand side weighting here, which is kind of favouring one team, to be honest. As you can see, all five are sort of like in that vicinity. And they do have a Republic player, so they could be on that. And we do have a Naboo player as well. They both get the bonuses from those holocrons. They might be fighting over those. And there's the food, Falumps. Falumps for dinner. Back to John here. 8 nerfs in the nursery. There's a couple of cadus that can be pushed here. There's a reasonable amount of berries. Never seen berries like wall for you like that. That's quite nice. But yeah, not too much food I suppose, but you're probably going to have to get a bunch of farms down in T1 I think. Once you've munched your lumps and stuff. And I would expect Mounties to still be quite good. I guess you can try and see attacks already started trying to do that. Implement the city walls, and like stalling your wing out and stuff here. You see he's plugging in some of the gaps. Let's get a food processor down here. I don't know if we've got anyone going for the old Mounties yet. Don't really see it. You can see Russians starting to try and build some walls out here, and it does look like some of the spawns like you could actually quite easily wall, like just a few bits here and there, and you've kind of got that big circular wall. I suppose almost everyone, you can see that attacks area here is actually quite wide though, especially if you've got one of these maybe entrance points to the streets, like the actual little long road one. Yeah, some are much wider than others. Like Lucky Ashman here has got a lot of land sort of on the outskirts rather than not like trees connecting into the city. So a bit of variance on who can wall there and there. And RVA is just absolutely hacking the game here. What is this? It doesn't even need the buildings to wall with. He just needs to put down a bunch of prefabs, and he's closed out. He can close out here as well. Looks like he's on some sort of forest map. And Tuscat. Still, the Tuscat spawn doesn't make it fair. This is it's a ridiculous easily wall, like a ridiculous easily wall. You can see the farms having to go down here, aren't they? Getting started on that. Don't know what's happened here. A little bit of a graphical error. It's still got its foundation. Level 1 farming, foundational farming right here. Is a level 2. And yeah, what will we see out of players? I would like to see them get into the centre and play around the ore and stuff. The Nova's like nice, and it's the ore that's really cool, right? Because then it lets you just do more, you know? More fortresses, more shield generators, and, you know, sometimes turrets. I love seeing turrets, because quite underrated, to be honest, aren't they? A lot of damage, doesn't cost you any population. Nice to just sort of hold an area, especially if your army gets wiped. They're still there, and they're still, like, chunking things down for you. Slowing down the advancement of units into, like, getting your power core, killing your shield generator, converting it, something like that. And see troop center down for attack and for John, but it's like kind of slow traditional T2 trooping that they're sort of playing around here. Attack's still got lots of those little bits of walls here and there. And you can see the pockets getting their buildings down, playing around, going T3. Or they even go for the gate. It's a comfy gate. And Arnie's starting to try and get some walls down as well. But I'm going to wall out attack here. The mech factory placement. Berries are lasting a fair while. We got Spaceport, Night Sister Temple here for Lucky Ashman. It's a classic. Got Naboo on your team. Steal the hollows from them. Big brain. Temple for Russian Blunt here. Well, he sort of walled himself out a bit. If he's maybe got a gap somewhere that I can't see. Or he's just planning to go round. Is this the first troopers actually going for someone? Kind of, it's a little bit like Mudflow, I suppose, if we can think of a map that we've got that's like this, in a sense, but it's got much better pathing through it than Mudflow. Mudflow becomes a little bit of a mess with some of the ways that the tree clusters spawn. Like, it sort of baits you into thinking that there's paths, but there's not. Oh, there's a bit of a surprise there. 2 Mounties popping out and a couple of troopers. Shouldn't really lose anything there. John did go and like build a second troop center here, but is he gonna apply pressure? So I can move across now. Can maybe pop one of these light walls. They can rally across much quicker. Attack, I think, is just on 1 troop center. And base kind of open. Where's this carbon? It's all the way over here. You could wall that out quite easily. Him and Arnie have get a safe haven for him. A nice little glade. John's units are absolutely confused. I don't know where these are going. I think he thinks he can walk into this bit, but he can't. It would seem. We've got a lot of troopers together. Does fine attack, trying to lay down some more walls here with the Mounties. Don't know if we've got any Padawans on the loose yet. No. Pretty much just attack versus John that's going on right now. And I must say, it's absolutely riveting right now. Stops to shoot the prefab. Outstanding. Have we got any Padawans? Okay, Ashman first. Is he attacking though? I'll use T3. Everyone T3. I've been staring at this T2 antics for too long. Yeah, there goes one for RV8. I'm not seeing one for Russian though. John walking a bit too far forward there with only half of his units, but then in comes the fighter. This is taking a long time to actually happen, and the window in a 4v4 it's pretty small to get any damage done in T2. Is why you've seen a lot of people cut corners and slide down to 1 troop center when they've opened with like Mounties and stuff. And Arnie gonna chase down all these troopers and Kind of getting slowed down as well. They can't just walk a direct path. They've got to meander through the streets. John does get some anti-air troopers there, and Ashman showing up with his 2 fighters and being pinged, probably for him not to lose them because he was chasing Arnie a bit deep there. And like 2-on-2 fighter wars are. Oh, Russian's gone for the transport after walling. Pick up these hollows. I think RV's already got 1 though. Oh, Hunter coming in here and actually killing off a lot of his fighters, but not. Oof. Could have won that a little bit more comfortably. It's pretty good for him though, applying all this pressure to the Nova here. Directly it hinders the ability to produce fighters, and could create an opportunity for you to snowball. And already in trouble there. On the other side of things, there's a little bit of a clash between Attack and John, but Ashman just flying straight in there. He'll be struggling, and RV in real trouble here. We've got Hero showing up with his fighters to bail him out of this. I do think he'd be able to clean up those 3 fighters, but he's losing like workers each time, and then more and more fighters are going to come in and trade with him, right? And it could just keep going and keep going. Did we see where we're at? Already down to 30 workers? Is that even true though? Is it less than that? Yeah, down to 20 workers right now for RVA. Whereas for Hunter here, 37, so a 17 worker lead. Not looking good. And Hero coming in here trying to trade, but there's a turret, there's a lot of fighters there, can't really get anything done there. Russian Blunt, not really seen any fighters out of him as of yet. There's a couple there in the centre. And John and Ashman still trying to pressure Attack here, but well, he's just picking up kills here and there with his fighters. But he is at the very least keeping them out of John's base right now, who, don't know if he is T3 yet, no. Anywhere close? Hope so. Nope. Not yet. He got his buildings, but just doesn't have the food. Could buy it with the spaceport. But I honestly think he should do, like, want to get there quickly. I don't know where the Ashman's going with this Night Sister initiate. She's absolutely lost. She's going to die here to the troopers and the fighters. And the Mountie pops out as well, just to make sure she definitely does die. And Russian just beating RVA here onto that holocron. Killing off one of these Padawans here in the centre. And trying to get this other one. There's 1 left for grabs here. Russian following him here. He wants this one as well. The Republic Naboo holocron battle. And RVA trying to snipe some of the fighters here while he's not looking. He's clicked onto the Padawan and he gets a crazy trade there. Just 3 as well. Gets to clean up 6. But at the same time, Hunter's straight into his base and still no turret or anything like that, and a lot more workers going down. Pretty bad when you're down to 20 to just be losing like 5, 6 more. Harvey could be in real trouble here. Like, this is bomber rally territory. He's got 2 fighters here. And Hero having to show up here and help him out again. And gonna have to trade with Hunter now. Hunter not paying too much of an attention there though. That's a pretty good trade for Hero, all things considering. And RV did trade with Russian Blunt's fighters, so it's not like the pocket's getting a huge advantage with all these shenanigans. So RV collects his 2nd holocron. And we're on 2 here as well for Russian, who was just starting Jedi Knight, but it looks like he's changed his mind there. Maybe he's just going to play traditional fighters into T4 research center going down here. The 2 hollows, nice supplementation of the economy. The other side of things, Arnie's just been making sure Attack doesn't die. What's in the transport? Nothing? Accidental, or was he planning on tanking some anti-air with it? I haven't seen that in a while. Looks like he is. Well, quite far behind it though. haven't done this in a long time. Usually because everyone's on fighters, though. It's distracting. He's not actually making good use of it, though. He needs to shoot the anti-air troopers while they're shooting at it. There you go. And you want to just circle around, and it's pretty much on the defending player to actually just click their turret and click on the fighters manually. So people that don't know about that, or don't have the effort to click on the turret, you do get good results versus. You can do the same thing when you've got Geonosian warriors, because they tank like 5 shots, you just take one of them and run around in circles. Even if it takes a couple shots here and there. Like, the time to kill for 1 Geo is crazy on workers, so... just would never really be worth doing that too much with like a couple of fighters, because you're missing a lot of DPS. And only 2 shots that can tank as well. Attack out in the centre here. I've not seen anyone like just grab things up, like just slam a command centre down yet. Everyone's sort of got that walling, you know, in there. Stay in their lane sort of attitude on this map so far. I wouldn't mind seeing someone get into the centre and start like pumping out early artillery or something. You know, make use of that Nova and ore that you can grab. I mean, I would love to put a command centre here. I'll even eat the stockpile food. I'll do it. I'll do it. No problem. Sounds fun. A lot of farms down. This is a pretty good eco for Ashman. I've seen in the 4v4 that's not just him and all the low winters that he's planning to bully. He's looking pretty solid this game. Not an air civ though. So it's going to be hard for him to transition out of this because he's building fighters, Zan, and you want to be building strike mechs for them, right? Strike mech, artillery, AMD, assault mech, defiler. And army not dead. 3 CCs, 4 CCs now. Probably warranted. He's got to catch up. Arnie 77, RV 62, Honor 64, Attack 52, John 50. Where's Ashman? 65. Hero 69, nice. Russian 50. Russian 50? What's going on? I don't think he's really been hit. He's in the pocket. He is on the way to T4 though. He's cut some corners. Got a lot of corners. All of air base is down. You terrorize RV right now, like, because like by scale he's quite behind. Does have a lot of garrison room though, so he should be okay in that regard. What about heroes? Hero mirroring him? Oh, he is just a little bit ahead. We've got the fortress down as rebels. A good bit of sort of team walling going on there as well. Let's see, between him and Ashman. Well, there is an entrance at Ashman's bit, but so shield. Armor plating on the way here. Russian just about to hit. Comparable sort of fighter counts it would loot, it would seem. Here's a little bit deceptive though, he's got some fighters just sort of everywhere. Hunter first getting in the centre here, is he? Attack sending this really slow army over to, I'm assuming, Lucky Ashman. It's not a huge amount of anti-air though. Shields and armor on the way. Is this just on patrol? Where's it going? The random 1 artillery. So are they going to plan out some Jedi here, I assume? Research centre down east. He's desperately trying to get... He's got a lot of Nova. Quite a lot of Nova built up. I suppose after his shenanigans, he kind of just like stopped making fighters because he's, you know, heroes sort of guarding him. So I got another attack here from Arnie. This time the transport's back, but it has strike mechs this time, and they're not really ready for that over here. So John getting a lot of workers killed off here. He's going to patrol in with his fighters though, and he should have more than enough to clean that up. And then it's just going to be fighters and the strike mechs here. Maybe pop out an MD, a bomber, or if Hero has the attention to spare a speeder that way, that would be great as well. Russian in the centre here. Hunter climbing out, getting that CC down. Yeah, anti-air turret. And Hero comes straight into Hunter's base now. Not an air civ, he's not really playing around that. Black Sun. So Jedi's, troopers, artillery kind of civ. A lot of his workers are just really trapped there on the Nova. A lot dying off. And they're going to come in and probably just try and trade for him, right? That would help Russian Blunt out immensely. Not really like the best trade, but in comes Russian. Put himself on staggered there. It's just fast fighter versus advanced though. There's a couple of interceptors laced in here as well, and that kind of hurts to both trade into the army and it's still here killing workers. Like, that's going to be huge here for Hero and RVA. And RVA got his temples going, he's on his way to T4. He can maybe sort of start following up this pressure with some masters or something like that. Lucky Ashman, T4, fast fighters are out here. We're gonna get some kills on attack. Looks like he's had to garrison a lot of workers here. Already building a fortress in his base, make sure he doesn't die. Popping out the interceptors to trade with these, and unshielded fast fighters should die kind of quickly to the interceptors, even gonna try and micro them. I've used that 6 range versus 3. It seems like everyone's starting to climb into the centre now. You can see the fortresses and command centre foundations being placed. This turret only partially walled. Another one harassing the workers here. Gonna die quite quickly at a fortress though. And Hero's still hanging around here, and Russian pretty much just switched to interceptors to catch up here, clean these up. So that does mean on this sort of team side they're not going to take any T4 air aggression really, because Russian sort of conceded that now after that bad trade that him and Hunter had against the advanced fighters and the interceptors. And now Hero just switching on interceptors now. He's done quite a lot of damage to Hunter though. But he is getting set up here in the centre. And here's Black Sun. They've got like super anti-Jedi sort of troopers. And we can see RV pumping out some of the tanks here. Can't click the other one. Where are we at? Got a lot of them. Pretty much all the ones other than Mind Trick here. It's got the rally point set. I don't see any masters yet though. John harassing the workers here of Arnie as he tries to get into the centre. 2 troopers being annoying. Wookiee attackers from attack here. Arnie really pushing up here. That fortress that he made, he popped out 2 cannons here and they're just harassing the buildings from the sort of tree line. And trying to get all these workers, they're getting lost through the streets here. Looks like one of those like Plinko games or something, you know, where you drop the little circle down. They will end up taking different paths. Through the pins. Power core right on the edge of the city here. And strike backs popping forward, distracting the units. RV straight onto that war. As is tradition. Oh, and a lot of strike mates getting some good damage against the rebel player. Where's the speeders at, man? It's painful to see. That's a lot of workers died on that Nova pile. MD's popping out here. I think Ashman's playing pretty damn good this game. He's trying to get set up there. He's just not quite, you know, on par with Arnie, but he's done pretty well. John saying he was going to face problems here. He's right about that. 2 mech factories right on the edge of his base now. Even worse if those cannons manage to, like, roll around. Get set up there. He's not really got much space in his base. Playing an air civ and on the wing. But, like, when you got ground units in your face, it's not very good. You kind of want to be ahead of everything in terms of attack with air. We see the Master's actually in combat with these repeater troopers. 60 health, but they're not really got much of their plus damage yet. We'll have a quick little gander, see if we've got that tech yet. No, it doesn't have the disruptors, so that's going to give him a lot of bonus damage against temple units. Pretty cheap as well, that one. So he kind of needs to get that, and he needs to get his cooling sleeves, advanced power pack. 2 war centers and Boper idle, and he can absolutely afford it. It's bad times right now. We kind of get converted, stalling things out here. And RV going to try and get as much value out of these Masters as he can for the time being. Ashman trying his best to come and help John here. His fortress now going down. These mech factories. Heavy strike mechs pressuring. UMDs getting killed on the rally. This is quite a lot of them though. They should be able to beat like heavy strike mechs here. Even they've got quite good stats. And these attackers as well, good DPS to actually defend here. John is at least T4 for this. But he's been kept out of the centre. Gonna be bad for him here. And what's Russian up to? A lot of interceptors here, sort of patrolling the airspace. He probably just needs to keep Hero off of Hunter here, and hope Hunter can like pump out the units he needs. It's an interesting matchup. You've got the really good troopers against Masters, but then you've got the decent Masters to convert things here. But then you've got decent Grens as well out of Black Sun. They got some extra Gren upgrades and stuff. But what they do have is they're going to have the better tech tree for Masters, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's comparable, actually. Well, they did the Spirit Echo, so the effective conversion. Yeah, they kind of just got because they got the range as well, right? Which I don't think we have here for Nubia. So that's kind of a big differential. So that I think that makes it more like the old conversion where it's quicker. So it's a little bit better for Black Sun. Heavy strike mech strong though, especially right now with just the troopers. Need some Grens and stuff. And actually hard to get the artillery into like a good arc in this space because it's quite a narrow pathway. And this setup's going to favour RVA here if he can actually start getting like a good defensive setup and put like air cruisers down or something to, you know, narrate these chokes. And Ashman killing off a lot of these mechs here, trying to keep John alive. All they really need though is some speeders that maybe shouldn't have let this turret go up, but some speeders from Hero, like you said, does have a handful right here. Could you could honestly just sit here and police the rally. And that would really take the pressure off here and help them make sure that they clean up this forward. I think the speeders need to be a bit more active here. He's fixated on them killing the turret, but he could just sit on the rally point and cut off all the units. Russian's quite concerned about just patrolling out right here with his interceptors at the moment. He's got some temples down as well. So maybe Hunter's never going to tech into Master so much and let Russian do that. But can't be complacent against RVA. He's a serial Jedi builder. He's going to be quite good at converting and picking you apart with them. Getting as much value as possible out of his Masters. We've still got a few units here, but this is just really bad for John in general because, like, look at his economy, really. It doesn't look good. I'm even surprised the score's that high because I don't really see much here at all. It must just be like kills and raisins that he's picked up. It's inflating it here. Attacks in a much, much, much better spot. He's at the same score. And this problem's still not fully cleaned up yet. You can see RV built a lot of heavy strike mechs here, and he's actually trying to slide them through and influence like the other side here. Maybe help take some of the pressure off. He's a little bit worried about what's going on there. And confident they can hold here. So Black Sun, got the artillery pushing up at 10 range. Not in shield here, and if there was an air cruiser, there's one queued up, he sees the exact same thing. Could get some really good shots on this. I think one shot going to get them actually quite low. So fighters pressuring in here, not really any good static defense, just T3 turret. And I think Hunter needs to move quickly and like knock down the shield generators, get the power core. Hell if there were some cannons just behind this, because the Masters are actually going to struggle to get in range to convert the cannons here. Because of the buildings and where the units are tightly packed up. A pummel. I wouldn't like that getting stolen, to be honest. It's just going to tank so much damage. And I've just been fighting Arnie over the center here. Wait, where are those speeders? Like, the speeders can really just, like, shut this down. There's not a lot of interceptors here whatsoever. See the interceptors showing up here. The AC has not been revealed. He's building them up. He's letting it get to max shield and everything. Because they don't come with their max shield. It's got to regen up, but it can do it inside the fortress there where it's garrisoned. Ashman just sieging that. It's just classic Ashman. He's just always got cannons. He's always got hundreds of cannons. Well, they go down quickly though. Those heavy mech destroyers getting on top. What happened to the speed? There were speeders. They're here. They're not needed here. Got Arnie getting a cheeky little spaceport set up here with that transport from earlier, I'm assuming. Him in Russian. Transport boys. Peak trading going to be going down. So even if they lose the center, they'll definitely have Nova access. Ah, the Night Mothers are out as well, so I don't know. Not fully convinced in Russian Blunt going Masters with him here. Wants his own. Definitely going to have, like... This would be hard for Naboo to play into for two really good Jedi civs. They're both going to have the range. What else are they lacking? It's probably not purge, right? So you don't get really purge there. Just got faith in the Force to pick up. Ah! Wait, why am I New Republic? God damn it. It's the same thing though, right? No purge. Just faith in the Force. Whereas Republic... They get both of these. And this, the range. And then some other things, but not really too relevant. Oof. Not the... See, where's this spot? It could have been it. Not really a good spot down here, though. Have to make one when AC. The ACs are out. A lot of MDs here. Hero struggling to get his troopers quite out. He's slamming the upgrades. 70 health heavy troopers at the moment. Arnie's just getting really far advanced here, though. Like, he's pretty much just going across, and then he's pretty much free to decide where he goes. Come the speeders, though. We'll be relying on attack with his interceptors here to help him out. Just have the turret to run to. Go straight there. Attack's actually quite on the ball there. Interceptors are coming in. Maybe micro a little bit though. Use the turret a little bit more. A lot of speeders going down. A lot more than actually have killed mechs here. And AC's looking for a shot there. See the Night Mothers walking up. Just to build some sentry posts, maybe. You can see the Hunter's got one here. How are they going to destroy it, though? With the attack ground feature of the AC. Trying to get a spit. Can he fit one here? Can he? I think he can place it, but can he? Oh, maybe he can't place it. Can he build it? Maybe he could build it from here if he can. Troopers are here. 75 health now. Repeaters 6+2. There's quite a lot of stuff here pushing in against Hunter. Need some help from. Is he going to load them? Is he? He's got one loaded here. They do like extra damage, the attackers, the Republic ones. It's a bit micro-y though. It's gonna have to keep popping the troopers in. And I don't know if Hunter's really got time right now. A lot going down. Same to air this. The attacker's just sitting here killing all those workers being rallied over at those resources. And Arnie straight back in John's base again. Doesn't seem very interested in Ashman. Ashman's showing up though. A lot of MDs, but 225 health versus 225 health. You've got that projectile that pierces, and oh, don't put them on line like that. Oh, bloody staggered, staggered. Where's the shields, by the way? There we go. Ashman needs to get a shield slam right down here. So I think it's probably people's first time playing this, maybe, but I think a big takeaway from this is to sort of make sure that you've kind of got like, you know, like you control the door to your base, right? You get like a shield down where you can position your units and actually make sure that you're there to move into the center of the map, rather than get completely boxed out. We got interceptors, some of the attackers loaded. He's not quite managed all of them. Not quite as far forward as Arnie. The thing is, the wind conditions on this map are tricksy. Like, getting this trade's going to be hard without, like, interceptors, I suppose. And just killing all the freighters manually. The air trade as well, you have to get into the base here. I think they were kind of banking on the resources in the center. Hunter and Russian still holding on strong here. These troopers, not quite repeaters though. A few upgrades to get some range, some damage, some armor. They got all their health though. A lot of pinging going down. I feel like Ashman for 20 minutes has just been pinging, calling for speeders. Here is a lot. He sort of switched just into speeders, but I don't want to lose these to interceptors here. This sucks, man. I think Harvey should probably have his own interceptors, like a handful as well. Especially as he starts cutting down his army and like population and stuff, with he's adding ACs and that. I think he needs like his own handful of speeders. Or speeders, interceptors here. Especially when he wants to play around ACs and stuff. Seems to have lost them though. And Arnie, he's just crawling, and it's not like this is really costly. He can keep building this stuff because he can just mine the ore, right? Like he's been doing it. 2 ore piles he's eating up there. Just to build turrets and turret crawl. That's why you can't quite rely on the speeders. Those masters are... He's talking about sending his masters over there, but... And they got like a piercing attack, 7+7, a few strike mechs and stuff. There's just a lot of it. It's not great for masters to bail that out. The attrition's maybe too high, and I think he kind of needs them still. He just needs to focus on his side, but... John's not really in a state to help, and Ashman's kind of burning out, and it's kind of just Arnie. I don't really feel like Attack's playing though, is he? He had like 7 interceptors and some attackers over here, but like, what on earth is he doing? He's got like a free game. There's 3 10+1 artillery. There's more heavy weapons factories than artillery. And I just Arnie 2v1ing them. Really. Popping out some troopers, but a lot of health to get on those. I mean, Attack could have just played pure air and just supported, which would have been good, I think. Especially with the speed. Like, if this was someone that was focused heavily on just making speeders and, like, smashing that army down while RVA held for a little bit, like, he would not be as far forward at all. And definitely be screaming at your wing here, as opposed to come and just build interceptors for you or something. Some Grens, they're like T3 units though, trying to fight T4. Got a couple of assault mechs. Arnie actually getting some Sith Masters out here. Imperial Remnants as well. Solid Jedi Civs, Sith Civ, what did I just call them? Faith Civs? Faith Civs. Temple Civs. Many strong temple. Interceptors pushing those attackers away. Again, look how far Arnie is up. You've got the holocron exposed here. The one that Ashman swiped. And RV losing his masters to Arnie here. That's going to feel bad as Naboo. I mean, you got Republic, you got Black Sun, you got Imperial Remnant on the other team. Are you trying to convert them back? The garrisons. Unfortunate. Cancels out. When in doubt, garrison them out. These masters are going to be just a huge differential here against what Ashman's been building. I mean, he is Zan. Could have really strong strike mechs, but he's just been building MDs. MDs to fight against the... oh, big Mountie attack, though. Quite good. Cut off a lot of the mechs. It's going to buy them a lot of time. The Kren's coming out. It's like the Avengers taking down Arnie right now. Doesn't really have any of the strike mechs and attack. It's taken so long to get his repeaters online here. Still at 45 HP. Only a handful of them. And he's like playing to fight on this side here, where Hunter and Russian are fighting. And I think if they just focused on their side, they just win the game. Here he comes though. Repeaters. Great against the Mounties here. Arnie unfortunately just have to rebuild his army. What is this? Is he going to be harassed with an air cruiser? I feel like he is. AC harassment right now. Did you just cancel the auto? I think he did. It moved with like the kind of purpose, like it was a way to attack. There we go, here's another one. Air cruiser harassment from Russian Blunt. That's gonna tilt RV, surely. Zero intercease raging. Oh, 60 health. 15 to go. John's getting a lot of time, like he's not dead, but... Oh, he's got eco somewhere else. There we go. That's much better. Can't really see it with the green. It's a little bit healthier then. A lot of time for him to sort of get back and take advantage of attacks shenanigans. When he's just sort of mildly present on this side. It's like, instead of just doing this though, you like could have just cut through the trees here and just killed John. And then like cut round and kill Ashman. You know, you don't need to fight through the, you can just go through the trees, right? I think people are originally in the center anyway, just because they want the resources. It's the same in warfare, right? If everyone's drawn to the center, then there's not much at home, and if you get like a surprise attack there, get set up, you can get a lot of damage. And all the narrow chokes and that's... It's not too much of an ask for some people to 2v1 stall. Abusing area of effect. I remember the AC now. He says it's, RVA says it's been there for 1,000 years. Shooting their units. And in come the Republic interceptors. And the AC will last another millennia. As it shoots again. Oh, did the sound? Oh no. AC harass. Look at Ashman! The strikes we... Is this like the first time I've seen... No, don't do it to me! Stop it! Why? Why are you doing this? For what reason? It's just a way to say it. It's like the first time I've seen him not make blimmin' troopers on Zan, and now he is, for some reason. And not just that, it's trooper recruits. They're not even upgrading them. You just make strike mechs. And some bounty hunters or something. Grens would be nice. And Defiler. Defiler would have been great in that matchup. I don't know, Hunter and Russian really starting to push here now though. I don't see the, oh there it is. This is 3rd millennia. More down, like... In case it dies, right, because I ain't going back. 33 kills? I expected more, to be honest with how angry it's made RV. I expected more. The Night Mother just converting his master there. Trying to. And there's attack now, pumping out the units, finally. Fully upgraded troopers. I'm getting really good value out of them here too, because, I mean, Ashman, what can he do? I think he's played pretty, other than the troopers, I think he's played pretty well this game. Just don't know why he's doing it. I need it to stop. They better not be, if they're on their way to heavy, be tilted out of my mind. But yeah, the Wookiee trooper is a great complement to this army, and they're kind of through here. John's like stuck in his base here. Ashman's gonna die. Their trade's right here as well. It's kind of the win condition. And they're kind of getting pushed back on the other side as well. It's kind of over. It's Jover. We've always been playing catch up though, because like John's just always been in a horrible spot. I never like ever had an opportunity to like seize the center from Arnie or have any momentum. He's pretty much always been present now. These guys are just smashing these troopers. $60 health gang versus the 75 boys. Ugh, coffee's cold. Grim. Ugh, tastes like soup. That's not a good cup of coffee. We've got the 3 ACs. Looking for some good damage here. Interceptors are in the neighbourhood though. Oh! Big shots. Got some good static defense, a lot of interceptors here. He will get one. I don't know if he's getting more than one though. And that's a pretty good trade, all the interceptors for 1 AC. That's kind of how you want to do it. But look at Arnie in attack now. When you do it. I can't afford it. I'm safe. I'm safe from seeing the heavy trooper. I think it's Jover. It's over. It's all gone. Arvane hero, certainly not dead, but the other side is in shambles. There's more of these troopers just run through, and they're just not equipped for the troopers. What is going on here? The weakest anti-air. John letting them know they're being run over. They've been run over for a while. A bit late. It's a shame here on this side because it looks like they actually like, almost have a winning combination going here. And clean that up. Is this guy still alive? How? RV is a way to rage kill it, look. He hates it. Like, you built all these interceptors probably just to kill it himself. That's like, he doesn't even care that he's lost this game now. That's just, that was his catharsis right there. This is his moment. Team sort of discussing whether they should quit. And I think the answer to that is probably going to have to be yes. Times are tough here. A lot of Night Mothers. It's just showing up with a weird little AA army here. And there go the GGs. All going to be called about here. And that'll be the end of it. It's RVA that won't quit, that's rare. It's a free-for-all. And there's the GG. And that's it. Yeah, pretty fun game, fun map. If you want to play this map, it should be in our Discord, our GBG Discord. If you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved in these types of games, you'll find our GBG Discord description in the description there for the server invite. You'll find one for the Expanding Fronts mod, which we're playing here. If you want to support the channel in another way, maybe buy me a coffee, find a PayPal link down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye bye.